Hey, how's it going? Welcome to week 11. This is a very short one. I think the video is like 6 minutes because this was a week of not much. However, I'm not willing to name it week of nothing because I think at some point in this year, I'm not going to reuse titles. There's going to be a week of nothing where there is truly nothing to talk about, nothing much I did. It was the most basic week possible. And there's technically stuff I can talk about this week. So we're going with week of art. So to talk about last week, as I said, there's not much. I started Danganronpa 3 as of Saturday. And it took me that long because I found out that in between 2 and 3, there's a 24 episode anime that I had to watch. So I spent like half the week just pushing through. Not pushing through, I was enjoying it, but getting through that anime, getting through all the 10 hours worth of content. And I got that done, so I was able to start the game. It's going good. I think I've hyped it up a little bit too much because I've been waiting on this for years and years and years before I finally got around to doing it. And then at the same time, they pulled a bait and switch at the start. I was really excited about a certain aspect of the game, and by the end of the first chapter, they have swapped it around. And it's something that I prefer less, but it's okay. I think the best game is going to forever be 2, so I had my expectations set. I do just look forward to beating this game, 100%ing it, and then basically not being able to get it spoiled for me. Because avoiding that so far has been not necessarily hard, but I've had to be active about anytime I look up anything, especially the 100% guides that I was doing it on an incognito tab so that it wasn't then giving me recommendations within my main browsing and risk spoiling things. This video is technically, for real, a full day late. Last night I was finishing up my last game that I was playing with friends, and I was going to record, and everything was going to be out before midnight, and then the winter storm knocked out my power. And so I went, oh, okay, that sucks. I will have to do it sometime later. And so my plans got canceled for tonight, so I'm able to get it out tonight before the end of the night, and it's still pretty close to the Sunday upload. You know, if I miss it here and there, it's not going to be perfect, and this is a full miss, but that's all right. So talking about a week of art, I'm not talking art. How do you normally think art in school, where you're painting or sculpting or drawing? I'm really bad at that. Sure I could be better, right? Most skills can be learned if you just put in the hours, but I didn't, and I don't really feel the desire to. So instead, when I'm talking about art, I'm talking about the other arts. So music. I have been off and on trying to learn and teach myself and work on piano. I took a year and a half-ish of singing lessons, and I've been teaching myself on and off guitar as well. So last week I posted a video of me playing piano and singing a song, not to hear, to one of my social medias. It had been something in the works that I've been planning on since December, so it was nice to finally just commit to it and do it. And I was expecting to just put it out in the void and hear nothing, and that was good for me. It's like these videos, I just want to put them out there for myself to commit to something. But I actually got a lot of positive feedback, and so while it was my plan originally anyways, I'm going to keep doing that. I've already gotten a couple songs planned that I'm practicing, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do when. But it's also just a good idea of if I get one out every 3 weeks or a month, then it forces me to learn 12 songs in a year, and that's a cool goal to have. The other thing I've been wanting to do is getting into dance. White Boy wants to catch a vibe, and the vibes recession is fully in effect. So I've also never really done dance. I did a little bit in college for my musical that I was in, but otherwise, and then like 2 dance classes in middle school that were required, or dance units of the PE class. But I think it's really cool, and I'd love the ability to be able to dance, to even just have like a little bit of a basis, you know, so that if a song comes on, I know a couple moves that can put some stuff together, and I'm comfortable enough that I can just move my body and it doesn't feel weird, and I can have confidence in it. I think that's really cool. I think the ability to dance is something that just kind of gets like overlooked and not thought about, right? Seems like people either like professionally / like take classes and do dance, or they don't, and it's binary, and I've decided that I want to be on the side of that line that does and is able to do it. So I've got a plan for what I want, like the first song I want to work with, and I've been spending some time looking up a bunch of other people's choreography to it and slowly putting together the different pieces that I want. I'm gonna kind of Frankenstein's monster this thing together, hopefully teach myself the moves, and kind of get fluid enough with it that maybe I'll feel comfortable enough to go to an open dance class or some lessons or something to then get some professional advice. Not a ton, but just enough to get me started, and so I have enough knowledge to get myself in some trouble, as they would say. Now we're coming close to the 6 minutes, and honestly, that's really all I had. I kind of just rambled this last little bit, so hopefully I'll have something more and bigger for next week. But otherwise, stay safe out there, and have a good week.